and that's these fires that have been raging for the past several days in Los Angeles. Now, I lived in LA for 25 years. I'm out in Orange County now, which is about 40 miles south of the LA area and 40 miles south of where all of these fires are raging. But I know these neighborhoods extremely well. Pacific Palisades, a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood, wonderful people there. I know it well. You know, Glendale, Pasadena, West Hollywood, all these areas where these fires are raging. When I look at the devastation, it's so hard because these homes were beautiful. The area is beautiful. And to see it totally annihilated, it's like a bomb hit it. It's like a nuclear explosion. It's just terrible. And the people whose homes have been displaced, it's just horrible. You know, not only did they lose their homes, but they lost all of their possessions, their lifelong possessions. I mean, this is devastating. And, you know, I don't want to bring politics into this. I don't. But, you know, people, you got to understand.
Welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And we just doing a recap of what's going on in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles fire that happened in Palisade and surrounding counties as well. This right here is Michael, friend Zeddy or Zeddy. My bad if I pronounced your last name incorrectly. But he was a mob boss, and he's trying to do something positive for the LA community and just for the people in general, because you got to think about it like this, right? Where are these people going to go? They don't have any homes. They don't have any clothes. They don't have any water. They don't have any insurance. So we have to come together as people to make this right. And those are the type of things that I admire about people. So before I get started into this segment, into the show, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that share button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, hit the AirTag EMF Protector. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat, but it's also in the description as well. And let's go.
And it's not politics. It's leadership that we are lacking. Leadership.
Right.
And, you know, when I hear some of the things that went on, that this county, this state was so ill prepared to handle these fires. And remember, we had these fires every year in California. This isn't something new. Every single year. Don't ask me how they start. I don't know if it's arson. I don't know if the winds cause a power line to go down and sparks fly. I don't know. We never get to the bottom of how it starts. But this particular one, the worst one in history, and our government was not prepared to handle it. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. Do you understand that the firemen, the firefighters, didn't have water in the hydrants because the reservoirs weren't filled properly? And the reason we're hearing they weren't filled properly is because water was being diverted from the LA area, from the mountains into the LA area. It was being diverted into the Pacific Ocean because they wanted to save some fish. This is what we're being told, and I think it's factual. And this is this new progressive nonsense. Lives are being destroyed because of it. And there's more. What's not sitting right with me is that several months ago, the insurance company canceled the fire insurance of many of these homeowners. Most all of them. They had no fire insurance. How can you not have fire insurance in Los Angeles where these fires are raging?
I have the same concerns, Michael. I have the same concerns. How? How do you change the clause? And some people, they change their clause on the day of. Some people, they change their clause weeks or a couple of months before. But why in a predominantly fire, in a fire state, basically, Los Angeles is known to have, let's not say Los Angeles, let's say California as a whole, right? They're known to have fires. If you ever been to California, sometimes if you're driving up the mountains, all you smell is fire. Some people say these fires are man-made. It's arsenic. Some people say it's just natural disaster. The ground is so dry that anything, it just becomes flammable. So if the ground is so dry, why didn't they listen to Trump when Trump said, water the ground? A lack of preparation creates poor performance. Let's continue.
Every year, something is not right. And of course, our governor and the mayor, they're making all excuses and everything else. And the only reason I'm saying this is because people, we must put competent, honest leaders into office. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. I'm not going to get into it. I want to get into the politics. I have something else that I want to say, but I'm really upset about it. And you know what? The celebrities, many of whom did not vote for Trump, many of whom did not vote for Trump, they're the ones that were affected because these were affluent areas in many cases.
And he was right on point. Now, I don't wish death on anyone, right? But he was right on point. Most of these celebrities, y'all know in the Kamala Harris campaign, you know how much money she gave to these celebrities to come through to sway the popular vote, to sway people, not based on procedures or not based on actually like facts, but just to sway you, just because you like this person. Taylor Swift, everybody. She gave so many people money, and I was like, something just don't sit right with that. Like, people are waking up. We have the internet. We can finally talk and communicate and see things way over, and we can hear different point of views than ever before. It's not just one take. It's so many different takes. So I don't even think they knew that the time zone that they were in, because everything is actually elevating. Most of these things are, we're in revolutionary times as we speak. But let's continue. Saying it all to say, I agree.
Coastal areas, and many celebrities live there, and their houses were destroyed, and they're outraged. They pay high taxes, and no matter who they vote for, their county, their mayor, their governor is supposed to be prepared to protect them because they pay premiums, and they're outraged. And I'm not blaming them, say, well, you didn't vote for them. No, I'm not going to do that. You don't deserve to lose your house and your possessions. Absolutely not. Doesn't matter who you vote for.
Well said.
But hopefully now we're seeing that we got to put competent people in office, honest people. That's why I keep harping on it, telling you, don't forget the damage that they've caused so we don't allow it to happen again, because lives are being destroyed. And I want to tell you this, I'm going to mention this. Trump, there's a video on it, it shows it in 2018, told Governor Newsom, you have to be prepared for these fires, you're not prepared properly. He told him that. It's on video, look it up, maybe they'll play it here.
We do have to do management, maintenance, and we'll be working also with environmental groups. They've really, I think everybody's seen the light. And I don't think we'll have this again to this extent. We're going to have to work quickly. We've got to take care of the floors. You know, the floors of the forests, very important. We can't go through this every year. We go through this, and we're going to have safe forests.
He said, take care of the floors. This means treat the floors. The floors is too dry. People, what are you doing? As if this was just premeditated.
They just didn't care. Their minds were elsewhere. Their own pet projects, DEI, and all of this nonsense. And to boot, the mayor recently cut the budget of the firefighters by $17 million. She didn't cut the libraries. She didn't cut the DEI budget. She cut the firefighters budget and the police. Why? And why did the insurance companies, why did all of a sudden they cut the fire insurance out? Did they know that LA was ill prepared? Did they know that the state was ill prepared? I don't know. Hopefully there's going to be an investigation, because lives have been devastated and it's not going to come back for a long time. If you see it, you think a nuclear explosion happened. It's heartbreaking. And friends of mine were affected by this. Nobody died, but homes destroyed, power and everything out. It's just a terrible, terrible situation. The fires are still raging as of this recording right now. So look, I'm just not just talking about it. I put my team together, and we're going to do something about it. You know, so many people are displaced right now, and they're going to need bare necessities. They don't have clothes. Their clothes lit up in the fire. They don't have essentials to live with. We want to help them. And I'm going to start something very soon to take care of the needs of these people that are going to be struggling and suffering for quite some time now. You know, I just found out too, everybody now is looking for a house to lease because they have no place to go. So the housing market is going to get a hit. I mean, look, there was a lot of homes, over 1,100 homes and businesses destroyed, leveled, will never come back as they were. It's going to take years to rebuild. So people are now looking for a place to live. And some of them are not wealthy. They don't know what they're going to do. They didn't have insurance. It's a bad situation. We're going to help them. I'm gathering my team together. We're speaking to some other people, speaking to my church and other people involved to see what bare essentials that we can help, whether we help them get into a new home. I have a foundation, Michael Franzese Ministries. It's a foundation. And we're going to, through that foundation and through my wine company, we're going to be helping these people. We've already said for the next week, all of our wine sales, whether they be online or from retail outlets, all of our wine sales are going to help these people. And we got to put clothing on their back. We got to put food on their table. We've got to give them transportation. We've got to give them temporary housing. We're going to do whatever we can do to help them for as long as we can help them. And as a result, we're going to be.
And that's what's needed. Solution-based. Solution.
Asking for help for all of you. And I'm telling you this, every single dollar, every penny is going to help these people. My people are not getting paid. I'm certainly not getting paid. All the money is going to go to help these people. That's it, because it's horrible what happened here. So please look for this. In the next couple of days, we're going to be announcing it. And I promise you, we're going to be out there. We're going to be doing everything we can, but we're going to need your support, people. And we're not only asking for your support, we're asking you to join us as we support them, both financially, physically, and every other which way that we can. And right now, people, they need your prayers. They need your prayers. If you're watching the news and you're seeing people are just devastated. I saw a story about a 91-year-old man who raised his children in that house. He's been living in there for decades. His house was leveled. The poor guy was in tears. Leveled. No insurance. You know, I got to tell you, people, it's time that we really take a stand. We took a stand this last election, but we cannot allow people in power to be mismanaging our money and mismanaging their responsibilities to take care of us, protect us, and do what they're voted into office to do. Not put their pet projects in there, do what they're voted into office to do. We have to.
And that was well said. That's what's needed. That's exactly what's needed. We need a solution for them. We need to pray for these people. We do as much as you can. That's why I decided to do this video, because it's positivity over negativity. Most of the people are sharing, hey, well, what actually happened? Most aren't coming up with any solutions or anything along that nature. So go support Michael Funding and try your best to donate, because I will be donating as well. So just do what you can.
Do this.
Pray as well.
This is not a matter of politics anymore. It's a matter of survival. That's what it's all about. So look forward. In the next couple of days, we're going to be announcing it, but we're going to be out there physically. I
also left the link in the description as far as the sourcing. Give credit when credit's due. Go check his video out, and also go check his podcasting station out. It's quite excellent. Now let's go on to Karen Bass, because I was disappointed in how she reacted to this situation. I was highly disappointed with Karen Bass on this situation. Let me know if you guys can see the screen. The screen is coming on up in a few. The screen is coming on up in a few, and this one is Karen Bass.
Los Angeles. Karen Bass is under intense scrutiny after she was abroad visiting Ghana when the wildfires broke out in the city. She was seen returning to the country at the city's airport, but she refused to comment on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Fire chiefs say that they're really stretched to the limit and running out of water. What have you got to say to that? Have you no response to that? Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning?
Have you no response? You got to start talking like this as if, a little bit of broken English. Have you no response? That you from England or something? Have you, or the UK or Austria or Australia? Have you no response? Say something.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
That was
build
well
in a way
said.
that makes you stronger and more resilient. As the firefighters continue to bring in resources and support the suppression efforts for these fires, with the major disaster declaration, we now have the ability to begin having those conversations about recovery, as well as help the individuals who have lost everything on jumpstart their road to recovery. If you live in Los Angeles County and you have been impacted by this disaster, you can register for FEMA assistance. You can go to disasterassistance.gov. That's the best way to get into our system and start that process. You should also contact.
And how much would that be? How much would that be? Because they did the same thing to these people that had the hurricanes in Florida, and they still haven't recovered.
Your insurance company, because we will need that information as well as we start to work with you on your claim. Some of the things that you're going to be eligible for, if you incurred costs for temporary lodging as you evacuated, if you're going to need longer term lodging because you're displaced from your home for a period of time, if you need repairs to your home, we have some financial assistance that can help there. If you lost other things like a vehicle, we have some financial assistance. We know that everybody's situation is going to be different for each person. It's going to be unique to them. We want to be able to work with each of you individually to help you on that road to recovery, help you get to the right resources, whether it's FEMA resources, complementing what your insurance company may provide, or bringing in our nonprofit partners to help make sure that we have a holistic recovery for everybody that's been impacted. But we'll also work with you, Mayor, for things like temporary schools, temporary road repair. If
just go on YouTube or Google, and you can listen to the rest of that. Like I say, prayer goes up for LA, prayer goes up for the Palisades, prayer goes up for the people that's actually there on the ground, prayer goes up to the firefighters, prayer goes up to the police officers, just for maintaining the community and or giving a helping hand. Prayer also goes up to those friendly neighbors who I've seen that they actually got together and tried to help in the situation, right? Prayer goes up to those who are donating to this cause. Prayer goes up for those who are going out there to actually help clean up, do it the best that they can. That's all that we can do right now. Do as much as you can, because we all we have. We are all we have. We can't depend on anyone to come to our rescue. We are all we have as people. So as people, we must stand up. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. And remember, positivity over negativity always.